Hey, welcome to Chop It Up with Mike and Donny. I'm Donny Arrell. Mike is out today, but I'm joined by my lovely co-host, Tamar Braxton. What's up, Tay Tay?
Donny, how are you?
Tay Tay, why you feeling so, what's wrong? Why are you feeling down today? What's wrong? I need some spark in you. What's wrong, sweetheart?
I actually feel amazing tonight.
Yeah? You
Yeah,
feel good?
I feel great. How do you feel?
I feel good. But you know what, Tamar? I want to give our condolences out to the one of our national treasures. Cicely Tyson passed away. And I mean, she meant a lot to the whole black community, being one of the first actresses, one of the first Oscar nominated women, black actresses, you know what I mean? So we want to give our condolences to the family, Tamar.
Yeah, she lived a long, full life. 96.
Yes, it's a long life, Tay Tay. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yes,
So how was your day, Tay Tay?
my day was good. How was yours?
It was okay. It's rain out here in LA. It gets kind of gloomy when it's rain. I get kind of down, but we got a lot of fun people on tonight. So we can they gonna pump us up tonight, Tay Tay.
Yes, they are. We have a lot of fun people, but we
Yeah.
also have a very important topic to discuss. Do you know what that is?
Marriage.
Marriage. Yes, the question has been raised. Is it a business or are we getting married because we are truly in love? How about that?
Well, shit, Tay, when I first got married, I got out the joint. My baby mom was cheating on me, so I was ego tripping, and I ran to get married. You know what I mean? So I don't know it was for love. I think it was ego tripping. But let's get right to it. Bring in the guest, Tay Tay.
Okay, tonight should be very interesting, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, we have Luther Campbell, me, aka Uncle Luke, musician, and we have Red Grant comedian Jamie Alexander, and a good friend of mine, Earthquake. Hi guys.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, what
Hey,
up?
Uncle Luke, Jamie, Earthquake, Big Red. How y'all doing, man?
fantastic.
Doing wonderful.
Yeah, y'all doing
I'm
good.
blessed.
No,
I'm blessed.
I want to jump right into it because
Yeah.
I would like to know what is your take on it. I want to know who's in the room that's married, who is not married. First of all, can we
I'm
get
married. I'm married. I've been married for 13 years. And that's an interesting question that y'all would say whether it's a business or is it love. I think it's both, to be
Explain
honest with
that.
you.
Hold up, Red. Explain that. Why is it both?
It's both because I don't think anybody gets married to anybody they think gonna bring them down financially. So you always get married to somebody that's gonna either help you, not even if they're not working, help out and push you to do the best and make the most money you can. So, you don't want to be around no Debbie Downers, and love is a very important part because, what I'm saying, that's the biggest part of marriage, love. And
Hold on, Red. I kind of disagree with you because we know when girls know you got a bag like Luke, you know what I mean? They be chasing you, you know what I'm saying? And trying to get that bag, you know what I mean? So
that business.
people,
Well,
people want to be with people who elevate them? Is that what you're saying?
I am. That's what I say. I want to be with somebody who elevate me, elevate my career. When I got with my wife, I wouldn't say I was already dead real deep in my career, but she definitely brought flavor to the whole situation.
hey, y'all, if y'all don't agree with Red, just hop in. It's like barbershop talk. Y'all just hop in and talk.
I
I
mean,
mean, I
I
don't.
agree with him. I agree
Yeah,
with him, but for different reasons. I mean, because marriage is like a merger of two corporations, and you don't want to merge with a corporation that don't have no future. But at
Woo.
the on the same token, and all, is where you at in your life. I was married before, and I'm a divorcee, and mine was I wanted to get out them streets, and I wanted to stop hanging with Luke. And I wanted some stability in my life because I was them garden tools and them independent contractors was running up, and I said it's time for me to go ahead and go on the draft and pick one. Unfortunately, business wise, it was a bad decision. Love didn't have anything together with it, so it was a major setback. So I, I would say that you need both of those. Not you need for love and business wise because you're gonna need that other half. Because when you're the only one that's picking all up, holding everything down from your own financial end and you paying for everything, you get resentment. You get resentful. You're like, hey, you good with everything you're doing in that room, but I can use some help on this goddamn mortgage. You just paying for the fire stick, ain't getting it.
What you think, Luke?
My dad always said, he said, marriage ain't nothing but sharing the bills. But then again, you know, I'm in the process of getting a divorce. I was married for like 14 years. Well, no, we was together for 12 years. And I think it's very important. You know, most people thought I would get married or I'd date the dancers and the girls with the big asses and the shaking booty girls, but it's the total opposite with me. You know, I'm always attracted to a professional, a woman, you know, that's got a mind right, you know, education wise and have an understanding as to where she's trying to go. And it's my job to help her build up her career, you know, similar to the same thing that happened, you know, with my former wife, the wife that I'm divorcing now, you know, trying to help her be whoever, you know, she wants to be. And I think that's very important, you know, because at the end of the day, you know, you want them to be happy in their own skin instead of just, just hanging on and being a trophy in the car. So I ain't never been attracted to that. So I always thought of it as being love and a business. But then again, when you look back on it, I think that probably put a damper on my marriage because it became too much business. And you know how it is. Sometimes some people don't know how to handle success, and it becomes you're overshadowing me, and then it's like whoa, and then before you know it, it puts a strain on the relationship, and before you know, you end up in divorce court like me.
I have to say, I'm shocked. I thought that Uncle Luke would be with a big booty shake dancer. I mean, I am.
but you know what?
That's what I
Tamar?
thought too.
But you know what, Tamar? Most street dudes don't want no woman that's a street lady. They always want somebody smarter than them. You get what I'm saying? And who can handle things that they can't handle. You know what I'm saying? That was my experience, Tamar.
My wife way smarter than me when it comes to all of that, when it comes to bills and it comes to like, you know, all that. They way smarter than me, you know, so you need that stability like on that side, especially when you come from like certain backgrounds and you weren't taught certain things. So it's always good to have somebody like that in your life to make that whole business thing sweet. But you need that love too, man. That love important, because once the love gone, and it ain't no more marriage.
Yeah, once it becomes too much business, when it becomes too much business, then before you know it, you know, I remember we got our first restaurant. The guy who was building the restaurant said, "Don't let this restaurant ruin your marriage." I guess we got to the third one, Quake, and that was it.
That one you got to make them your roommate. Money ain't going no goddamn way. You understand what I'm saying?
No. You got to understand the other side.
I think I'm the only one that's not married. Or hasn't been married. No, I'm not married. I haven't been married, but I agree with you guys. I think it's both business and love. I guess, and what I hear when I hear business too is it is money, but I think about the legacy portion of things too. Like when you're starting a business, usually both partners have an idea of the direction they want to head, what they want to do, what they're good at, each one, and being able to kind of figure out what those roles are, but head in a direction of purpose and legacy. And I feel like that would be important when it comes to, you know, the business and the structure of marriage and relationship. But then, yeah, of course, the love, because, you know, that's what makes it fun. That's the juicy part. That's the glitter to it.
Well, the business part of you must also, especially when you, such as we are, successful men, you must invest into your partner, because you don't want to make the mistake that I made, allow mine not to work, sit around and everything, and then my success overshadowed her, and then the next thing you know, you got a person that's That's not
Bitter.
looking at, that's not bitter. Yeah, envying that you are living your dreams and they haven't found their purpose. You know what I mean? And then you got a mother crying in the bed. "That's my reason, man." You're like, oh shit.
What was you gonna say, Tamar?
Go down here and get me a lawyer like Luke.
What was you gonna say, Tamar?
I have a lot to say, actually. Number one, I don't feel like you should get married for business. I think business is probably the number one reason why you would get a divorce, because the business will overshadow each and every situation that you have at home. There is no way for you to separate when it's time to stop talking about business and when it's time to be romantically involved in your lover. How do you pour into your lover if it's always business and chaos and ridiculousness? Because that's what comes with business, especially the more successful you become, is more problems. So, I know that if I got married again, when I get married again, I won't involve business at all. Not at all. He has to have his life and have to have my life, and then our life comes together.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
That
When
sounds
each
good.
person have their own life. But most guys, what I'm saying, most insecure guys want their woman to sit at home, so they know where she at. Most real cats want to level their woman up. You get what I'm saying? So she have her own thing, he have his own thing. Bank accounts is separate. You got your money and I got my money. I don't play that. We got the same bank accounts, because that caused rift in a relationship. And I think we ought to get back to that. We're gonna take a break right quick, chop it up with Mike and Donny with my lovely guest, co-host Tamar Braxton. Sorry I stumbled today, y'all.
Okay. Welcome back to Chopping It Up with Mike and Donny. As you can see, there's no Mike tonight, but there is Donny, and it is me, your girl, Tamar Braxton. And listen, guys, we have such an amazing show tonight because we're talking all about marriage. Now, is it a business? I mean, are we marrying for love? Are we staying in the relationship because it's cheaper to keep her or him? I don't know. I'm talking about some real stuff tonight, huh, Donny?
Oh yes, it is cheaper to keep her. We gotta ask Luke when his divorce is filed. We gonna bring her back. Is it cheaper to keep her?
Ching, ching.
Part 2.
Quake.
Ching, ching.
See, let me tell you something. See, I was smart. And I'm gonna tell you, and I hope a lot of men know this. I'm gonna put y'all up on some game, right? So just going back off what Tamar was saying about business, not marrying for business, marrying for love. Yes, we all marry for love. We don't marry for business. And I say that to say this, because you will get married to a person who is not there business-wise. They're not there business-wise. So they grow into, what happens when they grow into you now helping them fulfill their goals and helping them become the person that they are throughout the marriage. So when you're 12 years in it like me, and wife, just get a law firm, and all lawyers ain't making money, they're struggling lawyers, and then you say, well, switch it, go from wills to trust to entertainment, and then you could be my lawyer, and then you can then help, and you can get other jobs from other celebrities, and da 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 da. Before you know it, now you're making big money, and so now it becomes a business. It becomes more business than love, and the love goes out the door. So my question, I guess, is, do you help your partner become this mega business entity and then lose love or your marriage?
Oh, that's a good question.
Really good question.
I
think
shouldn't
you can
the roles
do both if she's the right one.
Yeah. Because I don't think we're vetting our partners the right way.
If she's the right one, you should.
Right.
And what you say, Jamie, we're not vetting our partners.
It all depends on where you at.
No, I don't think we are. I think sometimes, and again, I haven't been married, but I feel like I'm taking the time. So I feel like we're just now having the conversations that are going to allow us to vet our partners properly. We didn't grow up talking about, making sure people have explored their traumas and childhood wounds. And, we're learning that our grandparents and our parents, they did things so differently, and they didn't have the access that we have now. So now it's like such an opportunity to come together with the right person, but ask all the right questions up front and kind of see, again, if we're talking about marriage being a business, even if we don't have like a brick and mortar business together, if we think of the coming together of marriage as a business, it's like, well, where are we headed? What is your roles? What do you not want to do? What's the exit strategy? Like the same kind of conversation that you would have, but just making sure that you guys are on the same page in a soul level and want to head in the same direction. Maybe, you know, the wife doesn't want to have a big firm and do it that way, and that's not what you agree with either. Like, but how do you know that if we're not really, you know, vetting properly?
Hey, Jamie.
But you can vet them as much as you want to.
I didn't know we had to take our partners to the vet.
You take them wherever you need to go to make sure they're the right one. That's the point.
Yeah, but people change though. Women change. People change. They can be right. They could be right last year and be a totally different person the next year.
That's right.
You can do all of those things, but as they grow, they change, and they demands what they want from another person changes too. You can sit here and vet them as well if they was trying to be president of the United States. They still can get there and wake up one morning and say, I don't want to be with your ass. I want to be with this dude who just came in office, or that's the new lawyer over here that told me some stuff that I want to be with. So you just have to invest yourself into that person, keep the communication open, and hope one day she don't wake up and want to get rid of your ass. It's just that simple.
Look at your situation, be honest about your situation. I mean, especially before you get to helping each other. Because the only thing that business does in a relationship is exacerbate the problems. So there's already a crack in there somewhere. So the more successful each of you become, or one of you becomes, the, you know, less you'll have more in common. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you have to really be honest about your situation, your relationship, and know if it already has a crack in it or not. Because
we can't separate that business, Tamar. We can't separate that business. We have to keep that spark in a relationship.
I mean, I would much rather have a spark, you know what I'm saying? Because I can conduct my business at my office, and then I want to come home to peace. I don't want to come home and keep having meetings and keep, you know, talking about the bag and talking about this, that, and I don't want to do that. I want to come home to peace and love and fried chicken.
I like that.
The thing is,
I'm with that.
Go ahead. The thing is, like, when we look at our parents, I looked at my mom and dad, and they was ride or die. You know what I'm saying? They did business. My mom ran the beauty salon. My dad ran the restaurant, and they were ride or die. So the concept of marriage is building, and it's always been in our mind, is building generational wealth, you know, for the kids to pass on to the kids. So you're going into with the ideal of, hey, look here, whatever you want to do, I want to support that. Whatever I'm gonna do, I'm gonna support that. So not necessarily a business, is more, I'm gonna help you because I love you, but we in this shit together because that's the reason why we got married, to create this union. And I think, go ahead.
Mine was more selfish because I want you to be successful. Because if it ever don't work, you don't come try to take my money because you already got your own.
But Earthquake, that's going back to what Jamie said. That's going back to what Jamie said about
yourself without me.
But Earthquake, that's going back to what Jamie said. We got to start vetting our partners more when it ain't for love and it's not no ride or die. You know when somebody ain't a ride or die, somebody's out for your bag. So I think we do got to vet these women or these men a little bit better than what we're doing if we going to marry them.
But we got to be in business together in order to know we got to ride or die?
No,
you don't. I don't think that.
I don't think so. I think it's a mistake, and I'm saying this from experience.
I think that could be something if that's what you want. But us being whole ourselves too, I think is another thing that we don't think about often too. I remember I was engaged and it was just like, I was like 20 years old and I was like, he's fine, he's cute, we get along, we're friends, let's be together. But I had no idea about the self-work, the self-love and everything that I needed to cultivate within myself to even understand how to deal with a different individual and, you know, not only deal with them, but also grow with them. So I think a lot of self-work and self-love and finding out much more about who we are is also something that, you know, if you get into things too soon, then you kind of miss that part too. So Because Tamar, you talked about the cracks, and if you got cracks within yourself, they're exacerbated in the marriage. But if you're not looking within yourself for those cracks and understanding what that is, or can't even communicate them, then yeah, it's going to be a hot mess.
I think disagreements happen.
Marriage is a work in progress, and I think we get married to a person that we feel like that's willing to put in the work. You know what I'm saying? Because just like you say, every day is still a work in progress. Before you even get to the business, the marriage comes first, and then when you have family, then family comes first, and you have to be willing to put in the work. You don't know that other person ain't willing to put the work in until you get into the job.
Yes. Hey, we got to take another break, y'all. You know what I'm saying? This is getting deep. I like this. We're going to be right back, chop it up with Mike and Donny with my co-host, Tamar Braxton.
Welcome back to the Mike and Donny show. As you can tell, Mike is not here tonight, but I, Tamar Braxton, is here in his place for tonight. And listen, I'm so glad because it's such an amazing topic. We're talking all about relationships, all about marriages. And Donny, you brought up a topic right before the break, and you were talking about, should we have the same bank account as our spouse or not? Now, I want to read.
No.
Nah. Hell no. Hell no.
Hold up, y'all. Hold up, y'all. Hold on, Tamar.
Viewers,
that was emotional.
Of a girl. I think it's most important. I think the most important thing to truly know yourself, when we're not sure about who we are, it is difficult to be sure about someone else. And I have to wholeheartedly agree. And I think my girl Jamie, give me a high five. And that's what we was talking about up in here. But let's jump back.
Yes, to the money.
We really need to be discussing because everybody's in the uproar. Should we share bank accounts or not?
Hell no. No.
It don't work.
No.
Why can't you do one has one and one has the other, then you have one together?
No.
That sounds good.
I do that one. I do that. And I do that. We have one together that I put money in it and you handle the things that you need to do. I do that even with the woman I'm serious with. Here, I contribute to that, but you'll never know where my money at.
But earthquake, I don't agree with that. I've agreed to forget, because it still becomes a problem, earthquake. You put some money together. If you put too much and then y'all split up, there's a problem. This is how I like to do things. You pay certain bills, I pay certain bills. You keep your money, I keep my money. Now listen, hold up, earthquake. Now, if you need some money, I'll give you some money.
No.
So we got the ass.
She'll keep on having the ass. She should have the ass. You put certain in there, what you gonna give her. A certain you come to how much.
Well, she got her own money, earthquake. She got her own money.
That's your baby, man. You go ahead.
No, earthquake. I'm not saying that, earthquake. I'm not saying. I'm not saying I don't give her no money. I'm gonna give her some money, earthquake. All I'm saying is that I don't believe in sharing no accounts. If you need some paper, I give it to you. But here's the thing, man. I feel like as men, if you got a woman, you want to level her up and make sure she have her own thing. You know what I'm saying? So she make her own money. That's what I feel, earthquake.
No, she gonna have her own, but we still need to have money for her that I give to her, and I don't want you keep coming to ask me for it. I want you to sit to the side, put it in there, and then I'm done with you for the month. It's like I agree with y'all. There go your money with it, and I'm gone. Don't come back over here no more. If you out, you out.
I agree totally, because me and my wife, we had the same bank account. And then it got to like, okay, you might be what you spending here, what you spending there, what you spending there, what you spending there. And it got to, it made the relationship kind of like messed up. So we separated accounts, and we got an account where you throw in money to pay the bills, and I pay this bill and you pay that bill. And you know what I'm saying? And it works out better that way, right to this day.
I don't think you need to be having the same accounts. You have the same account, then when you come off the road, Tamar, and you have that big $100,000, $200,000 show money, and you bring that motherfucking account, and he just brought in, I don't know how much from wherever you work at, and then you bringing in most of the money, and he bringing in a little bit of money, then that ain't working right.
No.
But at the same time, I agree with earthquake. Whatever your wife needs, she gets. It ain't.
I'm saying that too. I'm saying that too, Luke.
But but what I'm saying, I'm with Luke that way. My $200,000 go into my account, then I do a transfer to our account, and right. on your money. That's how you do, but you'll never know what's in this account.
But Earthquake, let me ask you a question, Earthquake.
I think I want to know. I'm trying to know everything, I feel like.
Hold on, Jamie. Let me ask you a question, Earthquake. Why you just can't transfer the money that you want to give her to her account? Why you still got to be a joint account with both of them?
Because it's going to be certain shit that I'm going to go in there and get because it's our money. Because she going to have to contribute in that too. I don't give a fuck. It's $5, $10. You're going to contribute something to the kitty. I'm from DC. We believe in the kitty. Yeah. Everybody got to put something in the kitty. If you ain't going to put for $5 in the kitty, that's cool. But you're going to contribute something to the kitty. I'm not going to just give you this money. I'm going to transfer how much you need. And you'll know your woman's spending habits. You'll know how she is. You're dealing with somebody like Tamar. You got to put damn near 6 figures in there a month. Because she's working around with Giuseppe's on her plate. She's sitting down here getting it. So if you got a high-end motherfucker right there, go and make the transfer in there and let it be good. That's why your baby ain't got to keep on calling you on the road. Baby ain't got no money. Then you're going to be, well, what you do with the last money I gave?
But that's I agree with that black card.
You get that set limit, and we done already negotiated. When you broke, you're broke.
I don't know. That's for women. You kind of want to feel like you're contributing to the household. You want to feel like, you're a part of it. You don't want to feel like you just live in a dude house or you live in somebody else's life. You want to feel like you're contributing. So the joint bank account makes it so that she feels like she's giving some and you are giving some as well.
Exactly.
So you don't feel like you're going Dutch, like Donny talking about over here. Like,
no, let me tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all something.
Wait, so are guys not paying all the house bills anymore? Is that not a thing?
I don't want my husband to pay all the bills. I want to contribute something. I want to feel like I'm a part of this house. I want to feel like this is our house, not your house.
We ain't gotta have.
I like that idea.
We can have black cards, and you take the black card and what you spend. I know what you're spending because it's a joint black card. I'm not doing no joint bank account.
Hell no.
No. Men gotta pay the bill.
Motherfucking black card. Are you crazy? Ain't no limit on that motherfucker. You don't
3 accounts.
Deal, and then you waiting for that motherfucker at the end of the month. Now you really fucked up because you over here. God damn. Don't you know it's a pandemic and you still spending like we balling? Give me that goddamn card.
You gotta have an understanding.
Hey, Quake, that's why I like my wife.
There you go, Jamie, with the understanding. You think all these women understanding, Jamie? All these women are not understanding.
I like Jamie.
They come like sheep and they turn into wolves, Jamie.
Yes.
You need to understand that.
You got to ride the wave. Come on.
No, Jamie. We gotta do. This is what we gotta do before we start giving these women money. Like you said, we gotta vet them. You know what I'm saying?
Vet them. You gotta know what kind of woman you're dealing with.
Yeah.
And not every woman wants to spend $10,000 on a bag, especially in a pandemic. It's not. You got to know what you're dealing with.
I like my wife. I like Quake.
Go ahead.
I like my wife. I like my wife because sometimes a lot of times she just be like, we be at dinner, whatever, and she pull out the black card or she pull out the card and she don't try to make me pay all the bills or all of the food and all of that. I like that part of it. That's when I know that it's a business love type situation.
But that's what Luke just said about the ride or die. We gotta start getting these women that's ride or die. They just say no gold diggers. You get what I'm saying?
No, but y'all gotta act like of course in the beginning you can vet them, but they come. You can meet them motherfuckers, and when you met them, they was eating oodles and noodles. But once they get into your life, they come accustomed to your standard of living and your income. And easily, how with that oodle noodles? I need to go to Crush Station. I need my garlic noodles. Bring on down here. I don't know why y'all act like y'all ain't in the
But
game.
are women not adding to men's life to where your lifestyle is being elevated because she brought her oodles and noodles self and is helping you get in a position to even make more or whatever?
We're talking about the financial aspect. I'm not telling you how.
Financially.
Because so what you're saying indirectly is saying that if something was to happen to the relationship, she should still have that same lifestyle because this is what you provided for her.
No.
Well, That's what
you got to.
No,
the judge gonna say. The judge is gonna say that.
Y'all eating oodles and noodles. Now she used to crustaceans and Mr. Childs. So why now that we are not together, do she not? Why isn't she able to have that same lifestyle?
Because she don't make crustacean
Exactly.
money. She needs to go where God meant for her to be. With the oodles and noodles.
Exactly. Because if I come from the ghetto and she came from the ghetto, we both going back to the ghetto. She ain't gonna live in Beverly Hills. You know what I'm saying?
The judge ain't gonna say that. The judge.
I tell him this. I tell him this all the time, Luke. You can't have $1 million lifestyle without $1 million nigga unless you have $1 million hustle.
That's right.
It's just that simple. You can't live in $1 million house if you don't have $1 million income. It's wrong for you to ever think, I don't care what, I'm exposed to good steaks every night, but if I lose my job, they're not gonna give me another one. It ain't how it happens. You understand what I'm saying? You should not allow yourself to move out of anywhere that you cannot be self-sufficient for yourself. I don't care, period.
Well, then I guess you better not marry the oodles and noodles chick then. Like, leave her alone.
Why not?
Jamie, all these women will come while you're vetting them. They will have a conversation. Oh, I don't like this. And oh, I like this. You'll be like, oh shit, I like you. Oh, I don't want the big purse and the big bag. And I don't need all these things. I just want love and all this vetting. And before you got a fucking animal.
Yeah.
But this is the thing. This is why the self-work is important, because you got to take responsibility for the person that you're choosing too. Actually, Tamar, was in one of your podcasts that you did with Taraji and Tracy. When you're healed, your ear is different. Yeah. So if you are so blinded by what you're looking at and the oodles and noodles girl turned into the big Louis Vuitton suitcase, like there has to be a part of you that's able to identify what it is you
Jamie,
really
that
want.
happens all the time, baby girl. That happens all the time, Jamie.
Noodles to a Louis Vuitton girl, you got to pay for that when it's done. I'm sorry.
What is it?
Oodles and noodles at all, and you got to know as a man that this is in a, like I say, I wanna upgrade my chick. I want to help her. Well, you can't take it back.
Correct, because that was your choice and your investment.
I'm not taking it back. Everything you got, you keep. Whatever you came up with, you can get. I'm just not gonna sustain your goddamn lifestyle, because I tell you this, you can't get mama's money when you're no longer mama.
That's right.
But when you're picking the right woman, your 1 million goes to 2 and so on and so forth. So if she's there for you and helping you multiply what you have, you looking better, you eating better, your beard is moisturized. Okay. So then
let's hold on, Jamie. Let's flip it then. Let's talk about Dr. Dre, and he got $1 billion, right? And his woman asking for 20 million or whatever, how much a month. You know what I'm saying? Or how much? She didn't help him get that money. He was Dr. Dre. He was Dr. Dre before he got there. She don't deserve all that money. That's just my opinion.
And amen.
No, hold on. I give you a better one than that. What about the man who's taking alimony from Mary J. Blige? Should he be taking?
And listen.
Whoa,
and I know. Hold up, Ken. Hey, Luke, I've been knowing Ken Do since he was a kid, right? Hey, Luke, I've been knowing Ken Do since he was a kid. Mary J. Blige's husband. Is he wrong for doing that? Hell yeah, because she already had that money. You get what I'm saying? So it's vice versa. It's vice versa with the men and the women. It's the same.
Don't leave me, Tamar. Don't leave me out here, Tamar.
All y'all talk about the finance, everything cool, and the vetting is cool, everything's cool until the sex becomes involved. See, vetting is cool until sex becomes involved. So you can vet all you want to, Jamie.
What do you mean? It changes the game, or
no, I feel like you start a vetting process and then sex comes involved, and it's a different vetting process because love comes involved. Then you got your feelings and emotions into it. So you know what happens when that happens. You feel me? When the love and the feelings, and you saying yes quicker than you would say no, because
you might need to wait if you know that's how you are. I don't know.
So what Red trying to say, Jamie, if it got good dick or bad dick, how do you judge it?
Right.
I heard him. I heard him.
Basically.
But you ain't answering.
Exactly.
People make them do some things now that people do it.
But that's what I'm saying. If you know you're the type to get digmatized, then you might need to wait until you have a little more clarity. It's on the individual.
Yo, I'm loving this conversation. I'm loving this conversation. We gotta take a break and let's get into the stuff when we come back. Because this shit is hot. We coming back with Chop It Up with Mike and Donny with my beautiful co-host Tamar Braxton.
To the Mike and Donny show. I am your guest co-host Tamar Braxton, and I'm all chuckles because this whole conversation with this amazing panel of guests, we're talking about being married. Do we stay in the marriage because it's easier and it's cheaper to keep her? Or what the homegirl say, Jamie say, are we digmatized by the situation? Do we have a prenup or not? I mean, it's all over the place. But the question that I really want to know is, when do you know if you need to get out of the marriage and separate all of your assets? When does it become worth it?
Good question.
Come on. Your peace is constantly disturbed.
Yeah.
When you're a broken shell of a person, it's time to go.
Yeah.
When you drive home and just sit in your driveway and don't want to go in the house.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
You move in that other room.
Oh,
when you go in that other room.
It's the other room. The other room. Like, I have an argument, the other room is off limits.
And like Earthquake said, when you it's sitting in the driveway when you don't want to come home no more. You get what I'm saying? And you're always at your partner's house.
But are there seasons of that where you can actually overcome that? Because let's be real, if we're going to be together 10, 20, 30, 40 years, like, you bound to get sick of each other at some point. But when do you know the difference between a breaking point and just a little, like, you really on my nerves? Like,
Jamie, when you don't want to come home, that's a breaking point. When you don't want to enter your own home.
It's not a season. It can't be a season. It can't be overcome.
Back after you have a conversation. Maybe you're just upset about a particular situation. No.
But women, y'all know how to.
When you come home and say, "How much I owe you?"
But women know how to push those buttons and stuff. You know what I mean? To take it even over that age, and men do too. We know how to push. I tell everybody all the time that my wife's the only person who can really get on my nerves. You feel me? She know me that good. So, you know, if she pressing them buttons and don't back off, then that's when it's about time.
Let's keep it all the way real. We know we don't want to come home. We start talking to our side chick and start spending over our time with our side chick. That's when you know it's over. When you got your side chick and shit. I'm not saying we have a side chick, but I'm saying when
you did just say that.
What I'm saying is when that other woman enter your marriage and you don't want to be with your wife no more, that's you don't want to come on her. You know it's over.
I think that's a cop out. If you got to go to another woman, you need to resolve what you have first before you just start entertaining, because that's just going to make the separation even further apart.
I disagree. Sometimes I'm talking about
mental cheating.
Mentally, emotionally, physically, text, DM, looking, surfing, whatever's going to be. If you crack the door, you're going to make it worse by inviting another woman's energy into the situation.
We know that, Jamie. We know that.
No, baby.
I think the breaking point is, and I guess I'm an expert in it now. The breaking point is after you've had all these conversations of trying to make it work, and if both people are not willing to make it work and fight for the marriage, that's where the breaking point comes, and that's where you need to start thinking about your assets and the shit that you got, because at the end of the day, it's going to be in the court of law, and they're going to tell you to send your financial affidavit, and you send your financial affidavit, and then they're going to start busting your money down, Quake, and before you know it.
Well, that sounds good. That makes sense.
You admit it. When you come home and you cannot find no reason why you want to be with that individual, there's nothing about that individual do anything for you. For me personally, my happiness is non-negotiable.
Thank you.
When it's at that point, you need to find the man of your dreams and let me go find the woman of mine. Because apparently we are no longer each other's other person should be with each other. And you just have to sit there. I don't believe in no Caesar. I don't believe in no counseling. People like, let's go counseling. I didn't need a third person to get you. I don't need no third
But you
person
should have counseling to get her.
No, I ain't
premarital counseling. No, we're not doing that.
No,
I'm with you.
Ain't nobody gonna
the
read.
counselor is gonna fuck you up worse. I don't know nobody. I don't know nobody that came around the counselor.
This nigga don't know you.
And got that shit straight.
He don't know me. And he gonna read some books.
This is why
he gonna tell what we need to do. No, sir.
This is why
tell him, Tamar.
Our community failed because our Black men don't feel like counseling is going to work. That is not true. I promise counseling absolutely works. First of all, we are not born with the tools to deal with another person every single day, every day of our lives. We're not born with that. We don't know until we know. We don't know until that problem arises. So why not go to a doctor to help facilitate everything?
Our mama and daddy.
No.
You go to our mama and daddies need a counselor.
If you have hypertension, you go to the cardiologist if you have a heart problem.
That's when we make a lot of money.
Psychiatrist or to a counselor to fix your marriage.
When we started making money, that's when we started with the counselors and all this shit. Did our mama and daddy need a counselor to keep their shit together?
Did our mama and daddy do everything that they needed to do to make us
to keep their shit
Our mama and daddy made a lot of mistakes.
You don't need it. Listen, but let me say this, Jamie. Let me say this. I always said I am willing to do whatever it is. So if I need to go to counseling, then let's go to counseling. I ain't got no problem, whatever it is, but at the bottom line, do I believe in counseling? No. I believe that two people should get their shit together. And if they can't get their shit together, then just like Quake say, you need to go find somebody that make you happy. Don't go find somebody that make me happy because life is
relationship. You're
not
too short.
Counseling is bad. Counseling is bad.
We're counseling people too quick.
No, let me say this. When you get to counseling, that's when you should start looking to separate your assets, because when it get to Tamar, I know if you get to counseling, then you are at a point in your relationship that it's a breaking point. It's a reason why y'all going to counseling. It ain't just one problem. It's usually more than one problem. Mm-hmm. So, I feel like when you go to counseling, like I asked my wife to go to counseling, she asked me to go, we don't go to counseling, we just try to work it out, and if it get to a point where we can't work it out no more, I think it's over. And hopefully we'll never get to that point, but I just think counseling is bad.
I call that giving up.
I agree with you.
I pray to God that, you guys open your minds up a little bit, because I'm telling you right now, I believe that if you go to counseling, that means you want to fight for your marriage. That means you are looking for the tools.
I'm not saying that don't go to counseling. I'm not saying that.
What we're saying,
Tamar,
we're not saying don't go to counseling. We're saying, but when you're damn near at counseling, that person doesn't know you. That relationship damn near over.
It's not about the person not knowing you. There's a lot of stuff that we uncover that we don't know about ourselves as we grow. So when you invite a neutral third party in to help you guys uncover that, you start to figure out why you're doing the stuff that you're doing to each other. So that way you can find reconciliation. We're always growing. We're never to the point where we know everything.
Very simple though, Jamie. It's very simple. Sometimes it's just very simple. You don't want to be with me. I don't want to be with you. And we're trying to force ourselves to be with that individual. That's why we're bringing in a third party to try to mediate some shit that ain't there.
But why do we make vows? We're canceling people too quick these days. We're throwing people away when we could be working with what we have.
Because life is short and we might have grew out of each other and it's time for us to move on. Maybe the relationship
just be ready to bounce.
Expiration.
No, that's the problem. I hope somebody
if I'm not happy,
you ain't gonna be happy all the time. You're not gonna be happy all the time.
Y'all not being a ride or die right now.
We are, Tamar. Yes, we are. Just because we don't want to go to counseling, that don't mean we're throwing you in the trash. You get what I'm saying? That don't mean that. We're gonna take our last break. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get back into more of this heavy talk. We're chopping up with Mike and Donny with my beautiful host Tamar Braxton.
Oh, now I'm beautiful.
You always been beautiful.
Welcome back to Chopping It Up with Mike and Donny. As you can see, Mike is not here today, but my amazing co-host for the night, Donny Harrell is here. And
now I'm amazing. First I'll throw you away, huh? I'm amazing now, huh?
I'm your girl, Tamar Braxton, and we have the most amazing panel in the world right now because we're talking about marriages, okay? And should we go to counseling? Should we throw the girl in the trash like Donny said?
Oh, I did. Don't be lying on me. Don't be trying to get these women throwing rocks at my car. I didn't say none of that.
Luke say he ain't splitting up his money. Do we get a prenup?
What are we doing?
He leaving her on ramen noodles. Right here. What's the right route? What do you think, Donny?
I'm gonna let Luke handle this at Earthquake because they're the most seasoned guys up here, and Rick Red because Red's married, Luke going through a divorce, and my man Earthquake, he been married. Shit, I was married at a young age, so they could probably teach me something. Talk to me.
Well, then, and you forgot Jamie is the counselor because she's telling us. I'm gonna just say, it's just again, it goes back into the marriage is a union, and when you take the vows, if you really believe in the vows, to death do you part, sickness and health, richer or poor, for all the days of your life. You just go back to those simple vows and you live by those vows. And if you could do that, unless you're doing it for a party, unless you have a hidden agenda, if you got a hidden agenda, shit ain't gonna work. I don't care how much vetting you do, because at some point you did the vetting to get in the bed, you did the vetting to have a kid, you did the vetting to walk down the aisle, and if that shit, all that shit sounded good, but then shit started getting crazy after 7 years, after 8 years, and then they say, let's go to counseling. And now when you go to the counselor, this is what the counselor gonna tell you. The counselor gonna say, hey, so what did he do wrong? And you say, well, he did this wrong. And she said, and what did she do wrong? Well, she ain't fucking like she used to be fucking. Well, he don't come home like he needs to come home. She's spending too much time with the trainer. Okay, so y'all need to go and spend more time together. And before you know it, here comes Jamie back again. Well, how did it go? Did you guys spend time together? Yeah, we did, but she started fucking with the trainer again. And started
yo, hey man, on that note, hey, that was good. We gotta end this show, Tamar. Hey, what y'all got going on? So we gotta give me 10 seconds. What y'all got going on? We gotta get out of here because we gotta get the Tammy Mac show. What you got going on, Earthquake?
Hey man, please watch my show. Hear my show. I'm on Sirius XM channel 96, Kevin Hart's Laugh Out Loud, Quake House, and also on said show called The Neighborhood. Follow me on The Real Earthquake. Thank y'all. Had a great time.
What you got going on, Red?
I just started my own radio station, 101 The Heat Radio.com, Universal Radio. And I got so many shows going on. Dallas coming up 12th through the 14th of February, Atlanta coming up. And I'm aspiring to run for the mayor of Washington, D.C. And we got big announcements coming on that for 2022.
What you got going on, Luke?
Hey, I got we get ready to launch our sports agency, and then at the same time, we have these TV projects that we're doing, along with the biopic for my life story. So that's what we're working on.
Jamie?
You can go to the link in bio at my Instagram. I have a show called Kings Speak, where I talk to men about all of this stuff. Then I have Queens Glean, where the women, we get on panel and talk about what the men talked about. And then I have a new course out called The Power of Posture, which teaches women femininity, courage, and confidence through authenticity.
Take us on out, Tamar.
Well, thank you guys for joining us on the Mike and Donny Show. We'll see you next time. See you later. Bye.
See you guys.
Bye.